Hey guys, welcome back again. Today we're going to start some seeds, but we're not just starting some random seeds. Today we're going to start 75 seeds. Yeah, that's right, 75. And what we're going to need today are three things. First, we're going to need our grow dome. Second, the seed binder. Can't forget that. And last but not least, yoink, our dirt. Here, let's do it this way. Yoink, yoink. All right, so in the seed binder, we have a bunch of edible flowers. And today, oopsie doopsie, we're going to try planting about 3 to 5 of each. And as you can see, we have a lot of different species. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so to get started, first thing we need is our soil. So what we're going to do is slide this guy over. Let's just bring our soil over just a little bit, or a lot bit. Okay, so we'll just give this a nice, good, light tossing. I know we shook this up last time when we were restocking, but now we're just going to give this all a light sprinkle. We're going to sprinkle all of this until the cells are full. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect, but there's a lot of cells, so it might take you a little while. You just want to kind of break this up the best you can, maybe even give it a little shake here and there, and find all of the bigger pieces and just go ahead and take them out. And now to make it a little bit easier for myself later, I'm going to go in with a dowel rod, and I'm just going to go about 3/4 of an inch to an inch down. I'm just going to make a little hole to drop our seeds into. Again, this doesn't need to be too far down. You don't need to pack the soil down too tight either. You just want to get it nice and aerated as you open up that little gap. and then we'll drop our seeds in right after. All right, so now that we went ahead and, okay, we're golden. All right, so now that we went ahead and got all of those seeds in, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go over and cover these the best we can. I like to do one pass like this, one pass like this, and then I say forget the formalities. And I just use my fingy dingies to cover those bad boys up as good as we possibly can. Boop, boop. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, these will get covered when we water them here in a second, but we just want to try to close up as much of that hole as we can. And do be careful so you don't disturb your seeds when you put them in. And some of these I did kind of double up on because I either lost track because I did bad math. I wasn't sure if the seed was going to survive because it was really tiny. And I feel like I did place some of them just a little deep. But after you go ahead and get those all covered up, what we have here is a little water cup. But you know, if you have like a watering can or something, that works too. I have one, but I don't like the end of it. So we're just gonna take that water cup, yoink. We're just gonna give it a nice liberal watering. Cool, and then you just get the remnants. All right. And then just to be certain, you can go back in with your spray bottle. Aye! If I could find my spray bottle. But yes, just go back in with your spray bottle and give it one last final misting. That way you're confident everything is nice and moist and saturated. And then we're going to cover that dome right back up. That way this keeps humidity. And these are going to live in here for about 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how quickly they decide they want to grow. But here we go, as you can see, everyone's getting one last final spray down. And I'm using like a 360 sprayer, but any spray bottle will do. I'm just trying to save my fingers a little bit of work. All right. Just gonna let that finish up. Cool. And then the last thing you're gonna do, you're gonna take your lid, and what you want to make sure you do is you want to cover. You see this? You want to just turn that. Oh my god. Here. There we go. Sorry about that. I just turn that so all of the holes are blocked. And you want to do the exact same thing with the other side. Just turn those holes so they're closed. And then we're going to cover this up. Okay. Cool. And then last but not least, you want to put these in a dark place for about at least a week to 2 weeks, but kind of keep an eye on it. Once they do germinate, you can go ahead and take that cover off if you need to cover it. If you have a dark spot like in a closet, under your bed, spare room, I don't know, whatever works for you. For me, I'm just gonna take this blankie, we're gonna cover it up, and it's just gonna live in there for about 2 weeks. So I guess we'll see y'all back in 2 weeks. All right, guys, so about a week ago, we started 72 new seeds. And today, it's July 9th, and we're going to do a little progress check to see how our little friends are doing. So, alas, let's look at the big reveal. Okay, so under our custom little dark room here is our little seed tent or seed dome. And I took a sneak peek the other day, and those girls look like they're ready to come out of the dark. So I'm going to reveal them to you now in 3, 2, 1. Oh, Lordy. I want to keep that humidity in. Let's see if I can do this as carefully as possible. Boom, bam, pow. All right, cool. So as you can see, some of these girls are starting to reach for the sun really hard. Here, I'm going to bring you in close. All right, so as you can see, we have a couple of sprouts. I don't really know what that is, to be honest with you. Might be a homegirl struggling, but we have a couple of sprouts. And again, I've totally forgotten what I've planted. I have a rough idea, but not 100% certain. We have some sprouts over here. All the columns are going to be the same species, but each column, I think I'm dumb. No. That sounds about right. Every column of 6 is the same species, but each column is a different species. There we go. Yeah, as you can see, those girls are reaching for the sun. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move them over to our grow lights. All right. So if you're not being blinded by one of my glow sticks, you can see we have our little grow area that I've shown you has moved over the years. But what we're gonna do, oops, sorry, we're gonna put these girls on a pedestal because our setup is a little bit tall and I don't want them having to reach too hard for the sun. Okay, so these vents were supposed to be completely closed to leave the humidity in there, but yeah, we'll go ahead and start acclimating them. So I'm gonna do about a quarter circle open. All right, and they should be good to go, and we're just gonna turn on their own independent light. There we go. So now the girls will have their own light. They'll be reaching for the sun, and hopefully we have this angled properly so that they're not getting stressed out and starting to lean. But we're going to check back here in another week or two. We'll give y'all another update, okay? Sweet. If you like this video, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see y'all next week when we check on the girls' progress and how tall they're getting. We'll see you later.